Hi everyone, my name is Holly Stein. I'm your instructor. This is HUMA1301. And first things first, I want to kind of introduce myself. This is an online class, so we'll never actually meet in person. In fact, I live in San Antonio, so I don't generally go to any of the physical CVC locations during the semester, and maybe you don't either. Maybe that's why you're taking this class online. In the past, I've had students who were living out of state taking this class, so that could be you. Online classes are really awesome for their flexibility. Are they easier than a regular course? No, it's the same amount of content, and you have to have the drive to succeed. But if you just decide that you are going to put the time in and get it done, then you will do well in this class. This class is not crazy difficult. I'm not expecting you to be some kind of genius. However, I do expect you to use your brain, do a little bit of critical thinking, and complete all of your assignments on time. So, first of all, let's talk about the book. This is the textbook that you need for this class. It is called The Humanities Through the Arts by Jacobus and Martin. We are using the 10th edition. Here's the way textbooks work. These two guys write a book, and then every few years, textbooks need updates, and so they do a new edition, and they make some changes. Sometimes they're minor, sometimes they're not so minor. I don't know how minor or major the changes were from the 9th to the 10th edition because this is a new book for me. I have only put my eyes on the 10th edition. So when I was building course content, creating exams, I was using the 10th edition. Now, am I going to be upset if you go on Amazon and order the 9th edition? No. However, you should know that it is a little bit of a gamble. It will save you some money, and I probably could get in trouble for telling you to do it, but you know, I'm about student success. So if for you, success looks like saving a little bit of cash, actually being able to pay for your books, then, you know, by all means, if you want to try using an older edition, that's fine. Now, don't do an Amazon deep dive and buy like the 3rd edition of this book. That is almost guaranteed to be extremely different, not have the same artworks that it's talking about. I mean, don't do that. My brother used to do that in school and it never worked out well for him. So 9th edition, sure. What you're gonna get from the CBC bookstore is the 10th edition. Like I said, it's the one that I'm using, so you can be certain that all the information that I expect you to know on exams is gonna be in this copy. So yours is probably going to be a loose leaf, by the way. You can just put it in a binder. You can look into renting. Sometimes that's a really cost-effective option for students. So there's some options out there other than just paying for the book. You can sell it back, all that sort of thing. So please don't be put off by the cost of the book. It is necessary. You do need the book. It's not like I'm just asking you to buy it and then we're never going to read it. We're going to cover a huge portion of this book. So almost the entire thing, in fact. But don't be intimidated. It has a lot of illustrations. It's a great text. It's very readable. So, you know, don't feel like the book, don't let it put you off, okay? But you do need it. Don't do without it. That is the #1 reason that I have students fail. They'll contact me around the middle of the semester and say, oh, I didn't get the book, or this happened last semester. I had a student contact me 2 days after the deadline to withdraw, and she said, well, I've been using this online like free trial and it just expired and I don't know what I'm going to do. And there was really nothing I could do for her, unfortunately. I don't have some kind of magical access to an online version. If I did, I would absolutely share with all of you. But just know that kind of one of the costs of going to school is purchasing your books, and you've already paid for the class. So set yourself up for success and get your hands on a copy of the textbook. Okay. Since this is a new book, we have a lot of new and improved content. So if you know someone who's taken this class in the past, things are going to be a little bit different, and I think for the better. So I'm really excited. I have some new topics that we're going to cover that I haven't covered in the past in this class, and also some things that I'm getting rid of that just weren't really getting you toward the course objectives, other things that are a better use of our time, because really the humanities covers such a wide range of topics. I do kind of get to pick and choose, so I got the opportunity to choose some things that I think are more interesting and kick out a few of the things that were not as interesting. So I hope you enjoy. I think all of the changes that we're making are really positive, and I think it's going to be a really great semester. Also, speaking of, as we get started, I've got to tell you, due dates are so important. Because this class is online, you don't have to physically come to the class on a set day or time. You get to work on it whenever is convenient for you. Now, that being said, you're going to have to put the amount of time in that is necessary. It's not just like a 1 hour a week situation. It's going to take the same amount of time commitment as a physical class. However, you get to decide what works for you. So I always have a really wide variety of students, which I love. I have students who are 14 and in the 10th grade and taking this class of school. So they usually work on it when they have their dual credit class time, because it's maybe every single day at 10:15 a.m., which is great. Or you might be a working mom who is going to nursing school and you have 4 kids that you have to drop off at a variety of daycare, elementary, and middle school. And the only time that you get to work on this is after your small kids go to bed and your older kids are doing their own thing at 8:30, 9 p.m. That's totally fine. Whatever works for you, that just make sure you get it done. That's what's important. Now, due dates are important though. So each week, things are kind of structured in a week. We have content that goes from Monday all the way to Sunday, and then a new week starts over on Monday. So I don't care what day of the week you get it done, or what time of day. That's obviously irrelevant to me. But the cutoff for each week's content is going to be Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Just think about that's technically the end of Sunday. So new things start on Monday at 12 a.m. So everything that's due for that week is going to be due on that Sunday night. You'll see I have due dates plastered everywhere because I do not want you to miss them. You can look on the Blackboard calendar for confirmation. In fact, the Blackboard calendar is pretty cool because it'll color code all of your due dates for all of your courses, so definitely check that out. But I try to have due dates just everywhere so that you see them, and I try to reiterate them because they are so important. So just know if you see something in the folder for that week, it's going to be due on Sunday at 11:59. You got to have it turned in by then. Now, it's really important because the link to open the quiz or turn in the assignment or start the exam disappears at 11:59. So if you don't see it, then that means that you missed it, unfortunately. So make sure you get that done. I have a very strict policy about due dates. I do not allow late testing for any reason, okay? Barring an absolute emergency. If you do have an emergency, you will have to document that with me. In the past, I've had students submit doctor's notes or whatever, but make sure it is a genuine emergency. Your grandma breaking her toe is probably not an emergency unless she was literally the only person, you were the only person there taking care of her, you had to drive her, that sort of thing. So make sure that you are really putting your exams on high priority. Your great aunt's birthday party is not cause for you to miss an exam. Trust me, your great aunt loves you. She wants you to do well in your classes, so she will understand that you have to finish your test before you come to her birthday party, okay? That being said, if you have a conflict with one of the dates, just get it done ahead of time. Everything's open early. I'm not saying you have to take your test on Sunday. That's just the last opportunity you have. So make sure you get things turned in before 11:59 on Sunday. And be aware of due dates because I really don't allow late testing. I'm pretty strict about that. So unless you're dying, you have to do your test on time. Make sure you plan ahead, okay? That is super important. If you need to contact me, all my contact info is there in the course information tab. Phone, call, text, email. I don't love the Blackboard mail. I know a lot of instructors use it. My problem with Blackboard mail is that it doesn't notify me when I have a message, and I don't always log into Blackboard every single day. I look at my email every single day. I look at my phone every single day. So that's going to be the fastest way to communicate with me. Sometimes I've tried to be better about Blackboard Mail, but a lot of times if you send me something through there, it's just going to sit there for a few days before I get a chance to look at it. So if you want to get a message to me in a timely fashion, my CVC email is going to be a good way to go, or you can call or text me anytime. All my contact info is in the course information tab. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have a question or a concern or a tech problem. I know that sometimes Blackboard does have glitches, so I will work with you. I can see on my end when there's been a problem, so can work with that. But be sure for tech issues that you do have a second computer internet location that you can use, because things happen, and if you only have one computer that you can use or one internet connection, some of you live in rural communities, just have a plan B in place, because it's not always, technology doesn't always work. So just make sure that you have something there like, okay, if my plan A is not working this week, I can go do this. Some options: McDonald's and Dairy Queen have free Wi-Fi, so those are good places to go. Starbucks, lots of places like that have free Wi-Fi if you have a laptop that you can take with you. If you don't, CBC has labs that you can go and use anytime. Lots of local libraries have labs if you're not near a CBC campus. So just make sure that you have kind of a list of options in case your personal technology is not working out. And don't try to take your tests on your phone. That doesn't really work too well with Blackboard. So you do need some kind of computer, at least for the exams. A lot of the other content you probably can access pretty well on your phone or tablet, but exams, the likelihood of you getting kicked out of the exam is pretty high if you're using one of those things. So just be sure that you have the necessary technology, internet connection, that sort of thing. All right, so that's kind of the basics you need to know to get started. Be sure that you look over everything in the course information tab. There is an important information quiz that you need to take. It is for a grade, but it's all stuff that you need to know and that you probably learned from watching this video. So go get that taken. It's your first assignment besides purchasing the book. That's your first assignment. And then you can get started on the rest of the course content. And I hope you really enjoy this class, and I will be seeing you later.